Cox Connections exclusively on Cox 9. I'm Margaret-Hunter Wade. Founded in 2012, the Roanoke Diversity Center seeks to inspire and empower LGBT individuals in Southwest Virginia in their efforts to lead full and rewarding lives. Vice Chair Richard Sifton and Board Member Joshua Olinger are here to tell us more. Thank you both for joining us today. It's really nice to see you. So RDC, or the Roanoke Diversity Center, if you can just tell us, I said 2012 is when you all were founded, but just give us some background about this center and kind of who you guys are.
Thank you, we will. It started really about 3 years ago. Frank House, myself, and about 10 other people formed a steering group, a research group, to see if something like this would be viable in the Roanoke Valley and the Southwest area. So we studied several other centers, about 4 or 5 different centers, got into logo issues, and performed surveys. We had about 500 surveys done by the fall of 2011. And based on those surveys, more or less decided, yes, we should go ahead and give this a try. So we incorporated, as you mentioned, in January 2012.
Okay.
By that summer, we had received our 501c3 IRS nonprofit status. And then in February of 2013, we moved into a roughly 600 square foot room in the Metropolitan Community Church. And the space has worked out well. The only issue that sort of we have to deal with is size.
Right.
There are about 150 other LGBT type community centers in the country. But Roanoke is the 150th largest city, so we may be about the smallest community center of its kind in the country.
Interesting.
And we also serve a very large geographic area. If you sort of draw a circle through Charlotte, North Carolina, Raleigh, Hampton Roads, and Washington, we're serving an area about 6 times the size of Connecticut.
Wow, excellent. So the purpose of the center itself, kind of the mission that you're looking to fulfill, when you did your research, what did you find that you were bringing to the community?
We say that we support, educate, empower, and advocate for all the groups that make up the LGBT community, and there are quite a few of them. And we ended up using the term diversity as opposed to LGBT because we really do want to be all-inclusive, including friends, relatives, family. We want all to be part of the exercise. Education is probably what we're getting better at. As we go forward, we want to be able to just share information among all these groups, serve as a hub, if you will. We're a hub, and the spokes reach out to all the other parts of the community.
Excellent. So part of what you do is you do offer some programs within the center itself. Are you still located in the church that you referenced?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So you offer some programs within there. Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
Sure. We have several weekly and monthly programs that we have. One of them is called Rainbow 101, and we sort of have guest speakers come in about different topics that are LGBT related.
Okay.
Back in February, we had one for LGBT African Americans, since it was African American History Month, and we had some LGBT people from our local community come in and speak about specifically LGBT issues within the African American community. We also had one about LGBT history just this past month. We also have Rainbow Chats twice a month, where people can come in, and it's very informal. People come in and just chat about, sometimes it's LGBT issues, sometimes it's relationships, things like that. The idea for that is just so people can come in and get support and meet other LGBT people.
Now, for those specific programs and events, is there registration required, or can folks just come at will when they want to? How do you handle
All of those
that?
are free.
Free?
We of course accept donations. We're a nonprofit, but we don't charge anyone to come, and we typically have snacks and some drinks. We want everyone to be comfortable, and it's their community center. It's
Excellent.
everyone's community center.
Yeah. So beyond those ongoing programs, you also have some events within the community, I believe. So can you share a little bit about that and maybe what's going on in the next couple months?
One event that we have every month is an open mic night, where it's usually older high school and college age, but we get a mix of everyone come in and play music, read poems, sometimes we have comedy. People just come in and share their talents or hang out and just watch. It's a lot of fun. It's a good way to make friends. We also have our LGBT Film Festival. It's annually. It's a lot of fun. It brings in a good crowd. And they have festivals all over the country, and so we sort of pick some major films that are being shown.
Okay.
And we also have, this year, our first diversity summer camp coming up for LGBT youth and families.
Excellent. So you all are doing some great things, and we've got just a little bit of time left, but just so far, what's the feeling been from offering this within the community? What have you all seen the results, from doing this?
I think it's been pretty positive. Using the social media, we get some feedback. I guess part of the thought process when we did our initial studies, this was sort of not there then, and probably because of the small size of the city. So it's still very much an experiment, but the feedback we're getting, including the attendance at our events, is pretty positive. It's just adding to what was already in Roanoke, and Roanoke has a lot. The annual Pride Festival is very popular regionally, so we work with the Roanoke Pride folks on other joint events like picnics and roller skating parties. So it's all been very positive so far.
Great. Well, thank you both for sharing this information and all the great work that you're doing in the community. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you.
To learn more about the Roanoke Diversity Center or to provide support, visit them on the web or contact them using the information on your screen. And coming up after the break, the Crosswalk program at North Cross School helps kids who learn differently. We'll talk with the program director and one of its students. Stay with us.